What's going on, people? So, I am now 3 videos in, which means I am halfway done with my little recording session for the morning, so let's keep this thing moving. Alright, down here on the side, there's a picture of the side of the box for people who like to see the sides of boxes, and for people like you, they actually have that on both sides of the box, which is kind of crazy, right? Anyways, let's go ahead. What is this thing called again? The Renno? The Renno, right? This right here is the Fila Rocko of Rockos Modern Life Renno, right? So there's that for you. Alright, let's go ahead and start with the bottom, huh? Down there, what you're looking at, right? Not a whole lot. It's very simple. It's kind of got some sort of bluish, sort of lavender, maybe, whatever that color is, and then some white down there in the middle. Yeah, not a lot to say. Let's move on. Up here, midsole, right? Now this could visually be a deal breaker for some. It was almost a deal breaker for me, but I really like Rockos Modern Life. If this was any other model, any other colorway, I'd probably have left these wherever they were. But whatever, let's move on. Oh, also down in here you got this thing, which actually I never touched it before, but it has a weird kind of texture to it. So whatever's going on down there. But either way, more pictures, right? So you can kind of look at these from a slightly different angle and whatnot. Start making your own little opinion before I give you my opinion. Hopefully you've already got yours all set up, so that way when you hear mine, you can just be like, no, dude, you're stupid. You're completely wrong. These are fantastic. Not that I don't think they're good, but I'm just saying, in other videos, stuff like that happens. But either way, so these right here, you can kind of look at them, you see what's going on here, a lot of colors and all that, little suede or whatever. But, I'll get you some closer pictures and whatnot, so that way you kind of get a better idea. So I will say right off the top or whatever, just because, I haven't talked about a pair of these. Like I was saying, this pink area here, well, not on the back, but the pink area on the front and around the laces is going to be a nice little bit of suede going on. Feels pretty soft. Is it super premium level soft? I mean, no, but it's pretty good. I will say that. It's very surprising, especially considering how terrible these filberts were. And then above that, like the other blue part, right, it's kind of a weird mesh sort of thing that reminds me of the Retropy E5 and the Air Max Dawn, right? Yeah. So, I don't know, it's just like a weird sort of thing that they have going on, whatever they're doing there, but I'm okay with it. And then as you move along to the middle area and into the back, you got those little not squares, like these little triangles or whatever, right? Kind of off of Rocco's shirt, so maybe you remember that. And you have Spunky over there. You got this little, I was about to say swoosh, but I guess I'd get like suit or something if I said that, right? So you got that thing, whatever that thing is. And then you got a little Rocco guy hanging out over here on the back heel. And then if you swoop just a little bit past that, you got some Fila thing at the top, right? So there's that piece of it as far as what the visual is doing. Now, let's jump back over to the front real quick. So there you go. Not a whole lot happened. I already kind of showed you the laces just a little bit. And then behind there, you got the same sort of mesh type of feeling that you had on the blue part. It's just now it's kind of like a peachish type of color, like a really light peach color maybe. And then, again, the little label tag at the top, right? Or on the back says, what's that? Just Rockos Modern Life 2022 Viacom. Yeah. So, moving along onto the inside and whatnot. Let's see what's going on down there. You got Rockos Modern Life. Wow, who saw that coming? Everybody. Yeah, I know. And so that's happening on a nice little blue background, so I do like the blue. And then on the sock liner and stuff, you have this here same sort of color you had at the top of the sock liner, obviously. And again, that's sort of a light peach type of color. I'm sure there's a real color name for that, but I'm just going to call it what it is. And then a better color name will come to mind later, but by that point, it won't matter. Now will it? Anyway, so that's what's going on here, right? So that being that, I think I've covered everything I needed to say about the visual component and some more stuff than I actually anticipated saying. So let's do the whole personal thoughts thing and get this thing moving. Personally, right? I am on board with these. It's kind of a weird look, like I was saying in the beginning, the whole way they did this midsole is kind of just not great to me because it's so high and it just looks weird or whatever. But, and I'll get into this more, it does make for a pretty comfortable wear, so there is that. But past that, on all that stuff, right? I like Rockos Modern Life a whole lot. Actually, my mom's a fan too, even bought her a pair, and she was like pretty into them. But yeah, so all in all, looking at it from a visual standpoint, which is really the only way you should look at these, yeah, these are like really cool, and I'm pretty content with these being in my collection or whatever. Even with the Filbert ones, right? Because, you know, again, even though I didn't like those so much, they at least are cool to have, so they have that. I'll break them out with one of my Roosevelt shirts or whatever, and that'll be fantastic or something. So I don't have too much really say about like how great they are, because I mean, again, they're not like amazing, and you shouldn't like run out and buy these right now unless you just happen to be like a Rockos Modern Life fan, because hopefully by now these are super cheap. I mean, I can't imagine they sold out like too quickly and went for any like high over resale pricing or something. So you should probably be able to get a pair pretty decently if you want to and whatever. But you probably want to know what size to get. So let's go ahead and talk about some sizing. Maybe help you figure that piece out or whatever. So sizing, right? I bought these in a 9.5, right? Which is kind of a thing that I say a lot. And it's working out pretty well. It really is, you know? Again, kind of like the Filberts in some ways, you know, like there's not a whole lot of room in there. But what kind of helps these, I think, is just that because the materials are not so rigid and stiff and whatever, it kind of makes it not feel so enclosed on you. You know what I'm saying? So it gives you a nice overall top of the foot type of comfort that you would like to have, you know, if you're going to be walking around in a pair of shoes, right? So there is that, right? Now, as far as the bottom piece, the whole midsole thing, that comfort like I kind of alluded to in the beginning, it's pretty nice, right? I would definitely like label these as comfortable shoes, but I'd probably put them in like the lower half of comfortable shoes, at least by my standards or whatever. So meaning like I could grab these and run around in them all day or whatever, but if somebody was asking for a recommendation, I'm not going to say the Renno, like that's not going to come to mind, you know what I'm saying? But if I go out all day, I'd be okay with it, you know, I would. So there is that piece of it, right? Because when you can look at a lot of these shoes or whatever that look kind of cool and you want to get them for like, you know, maybe you're going to some, I just bought tickets to San Diego Comic-Con yesterday, right? So maybe you're going to go to that and you want to have something that kind of fits the environment. Yeah, this would be excellent for that because it's going to give you some comfort and kind of have the right look or whatever, sure. But past that, you know, I don't know how many colorways they have out there of these, but I would maybe just kind of look for the ones that seem cool if they have other collaborations or whatever. Because as much as like I can sit here and speak highly of these, I'm not going to speak higher of them than any other shoe that I've recommended for comfort reasons. You know what I'm saying? So just, I know that might be like mildly confusing or something, because like I do like them, but I don't like them that much. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that kind of brings it all together. I don't know. Watch the video more than once if it didn't make sense, and eventually it will, and then you can stop it, right? But either way, so that's going to be enough out of me on these right here. From me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'm on to, I've got a pair of shoes for Dad now, so that one should be a short review, hopefully. We'll see what happens though. Later, people.